Start for Newcastle's new number 9.
Yeah, we talked a lot about him before the game and how much pride he would take in wearing that number 9 shirt, and this sort of sums it all up. It's brilliant centre-forward play, it's fantastic wing play from Alan Saint-Maximin, but what impresses me most is the movement of Callum Wilson, because when you look at his positioning here, Cresswell gives the ball away there, but look at where he's looking. He knows where he's got to get to. That's what a centre-forward has to do, get into a position where he can score. He then he pulls himself into the middle of the pot, into the goal, which then creates the space at the near post for him to attack into now. So he set himself up perfectly for the ball to come in. He needs the ball delivered now. It does, it's perfect, the cross is perfect, the run is perfect, and the header is even better. What a start it was for Newcastle and for him in that number 9 shirt. And he's now sampled the atmosphere that myself and Les were lucky enough to sample with that number 9 on and a full house. And he'll be feeling on cloud 9, forgive the pun.
Yeah, first day of the season. We talked about him getting in the office, and that's typical Callum Wilson. You know, you get the ball into those areas, he's going to be the danger man. And I was looking at West Ham defending, they had so many people behind the block. I mean, obviously Declan Rice has got twisted blood at the moment because he twisted him all over the place. But I was looking at Ben Rama's movement there, because I'm thinking you've got Saint-Maximin there, and he's got your fella on toast. All you want him to do is go backwards, but he ends up going backwards himself instead of going down and saying, right, let's make the ball go backwards. He gives Saint-Maximin the opportunity to get the ball in the box, and he does brilliant.
Now, quick Sunday quiz. You talked about the weight of the number 9 shirt. So Callum Wilson has his first goal 5 minutes into wearing it. Any idea what yours was?
I scored in the second half, so it would have been
83 minutes.
Yeah.
Alan?
Mine was second half as well against Wimbledon, was it?
268 minutes it took you.
Oh,
15 million?
That was at home, though. That was on my home debut. That was.
What about the assist? Remind you of anyone there?
Yeah,
from Saint-Maximin.
I was going to say, if he'd have twisted as many times as that, he would have done his knee, he would have done his ankle, he would have done. He just went, look, straight down the line. Look, here you go.
Yeah, but you know what it is, though, Les? Once if you know you've got a centre forward in there, like you or like Wilson, who demands the ball, who's brilliant in the air like that, just get the ball in the box. I mean, it's not rocket science, is it? When you've got a good centre forward.
And to be fair,
yours was less pretty, though.
He had pace, didn't he? He had the pace. Saint-Maximin ain't got his pace.
Not anymore.
What about West Ham's equaliser? We've given it eventually to Aaron Cresswell.
Yeah, it was a strange one, because we was looking at it. When the ball comes in there, you know, West Ham keep the ball really well here. Antonio just holds it up here and finds his player on the edge of the box, and they work it well. Benrahma plays it out there, gets to Cresswell, and as that comes across, the first thing we shouted was offside, because they all looked like they was offside, and the linesman, you know, was right to put his flag up. But then when you look at it again and again and again, you fail to see anyone get a touch, and it seems like the ball goes, if anything, Kraft might have just got a little nick there, but no one else touches the ball. It goes into the back of the net, so it's a bit of a fluke. To be fair, from Cresswell's point of view, if you're a fullback, you're saying put the ball across in that area, and it could go in, and this is exactly what he's done. It's just there. I just think the bottom of his shorts, just the bottom of his leg. I'm not quite sure if it just gets a little nick, but it ends up in the back of the net. And to be fair, West Ham were just getting into the game there and probably deserved to get a goal when they did.
But then came Jacob Murphy's big moment.
Yeah.
His first ever goal at St James's Park. On the day, it's full again.
Yeah, Newcastle then came back into the game and were piling the pressure on. And I thought originally that I'm screaming, get the ball in there. It doesn't, but then that is a poor ball. But it forces Ritchie to knock it in first time, and it's a fantastic ball. But Murphy has been a threat down that right-hand side, and he's offered himself up in there to a difficult position. But Cresswell's got Saint-Maximin there. Fornals is looking over his right shoulder. He should go and pick him up. He eventually does pick him up, but he hasn't got a clue where he is.
And
he comes on his blind side, doesn't he?
I'm not sure he does pick him up there.
No,
he sees you coming there, but like Murphy does a perfect thing. As soon as your back's turned, that's your opportunity to get in front of him, and he does that and directs his header great into the back of the net.
It's been a really, really entertaining first half.
It certainly has.
Arsenal could cash in on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang before the transfer window closes at the end of August, according to reports. The Gabon international missed Friday's trip to Brentford with illness, as Arsenal slumped to a 2-0 loss on the opening weekend. Alexandre Lacazette was also missing due to illness, so the inexperienced Folarin Balogun started up front for the Gunners. It is unclear when Aubameyang will be back in action, with Chelsea up next for Mikel Arteta's side. The striker had an underwhelming season last time out, scoring only 10 goals in the Premier League. That was his lowest tally since moving to the Emirates Stadium, and the same amount he notched in 2017-18 despite only joining the Gunners midway through that season. Arsenal were delighted when Aubameyang ended speculation about his future by signing a new 3-year contract with the club last September. But the Times reports that, less than a year later, Arsenal would be happy to see him move on. However, the terms of that deal will make it difficult for the Gunners to find a buyer. Aubameyang stands to earn £300,000 per week until the summer of 2023, by which time he will be 34. It is highly unlikely that any other club would be willing to match that salary, particularly given Aubameyang's decline in form last term. Arteta's recent comments about the forward would hardly have filled Arsenal fans with confidence either. Asked by CBS whether he was confident that Aubameyang would bounce back from last season's struggles, the Spaniard replied, "I don't know. Last season and everything that happened individually and collectively, it was difficult to measure whether that was a trend or a one-off. Our job is to help the team get the best they have, and we know with him we are stronger because he scores goals. That's one of the most important things in this game." The wisdom of handing a lucrative 3-year deal to a striker over the age of the 30th of May continue to be questioned in the coming months. Transfers: every time the British transfer record has been broken during the Premier League era. Top Flight Premier League. Everything you need to know for the 2021-22 season. Get ready for 2021-22